Marahil ay inaasahan nyo na ako po ay magbibigay ng manifestasyon para tutulan ang pagbubukas ng box na yan mula sa BIR. Ang katunayan po, ako po ay hindi tututol. You may go ahead and open it all you want. Sabi nga ni Madam Chair, hawak niya ang beat. Sino ba naman ako para pigilan ito? Sabi nga ng kanta, huwag mong bibitawan. Huwag niyo nang bitawan yung box. So I dare the committee to open the box, but with a caveat. Siguraduhin niyo po na hindi kayo nakalalabag sa batas. At sinabi rin po ni Popoy sa pelikula, I deserve an explanation. I deserve an acceptable reason. Siguraduhin niyo po na kung bubuksan niyo yan, mayroon po kayong acceptable reason na naayon sa batas.
Deputy Speaker Janet Green.
Maraming salamat, Madam Chair. Madam Chair, narinig po natin yung mga brilliant legal minds sa mga miyembro ng Committee on Justice. At narinig po natin yung magkabilang panig. Let me go back to why we are all here. Andito po tayo kasi ginagampanan natin ang ating tungkulin when it comes to accountability of public officials. Kaakibat no accountability na yon ay full transparency. Kaya naiintindihan ko at ramdam ko ang kagustuhan ng karamihan na buksan ang kahon galing sa BIR. Subalit, nung andito ang BIR, napakaklaro din na sinabi nila na tali ang kanilang mga kamay, gusto man nila subalit may mga batas na kailangan nilang gampanan. Madam Chair, the thrust of the Committee on Justice is for accountability and transparency to prevail. However, hindi pa po tayo ang korte. We are not the impeachment court. We are simply determining the probable cause based on the complaints filed by the complainants here today. Ang puso ko ay sumisigaw na buksan. Subalit kung puso ko lang ang aking pakikinggan, ay pwede itong mailagay at malihis ang dapat nating gawin. Our heart can always speak, but our minds should prevail. Napakasayang ng ating sinimulan kung sa huli hindi tayo maging maingat. In this line, Madam Chair, gustuhin man natin, this is not within the ambit of the Committee on Justice. I respect the brilliant legal minds. Ako po ay hindi abogado, kaya ako ay kailangang manigurado na hindi tayo magkamali. Dahil ang isang pagkakamali ay pwedeng mabasura ang lahat ng pinaghirapan ng komitibang ito. Maraming salamat, Madam Chair.
In line with that, I just want to remind the committee members that since day one of our proceeding, we've been taking the conservative route. We've been taking the safer route because we acknowledge that we owe it to the sovereign Filipino people that this impeachment proceeding should be able to proceed and reach its conclusion. That is just for the record. Now we recognize the Honorable Congresswoman Bernadette Barbers from the 2nd District of Surigao del Norte.
Good morning, Madam Chair. May clarificatory question po ako kay
This is for? The question is addressed for. We are not yet on the NBI. We're still on the question of whether to open or not. This box, would you like to be called during the time of the NBI?
Yes.
Later. Thank you, Honorable Barbers. We will be proceeding to recognize the Honorable Congressman Jude Asidre from Tingog Party List.
Madam Chair, allow me to speak for the many who are probably listening to our proceedings today. Sa mga nakaraang pagdinig, malinaw na nakita natin na ang mga hindi pangkaraniwang financial transactions na na-flag ng AMLAC. Kasabay nito, nasuri din natin ang mga SALN kung saan inilahad ang mga negosyo at business interest ng pangalawang Pangulo at ng kanyang asawa. Batay sa mga datos na lumabas, kapansin-pansin na ang nakakarami sa kanilang mga negosyo ay hindi kumikita at sa makatuwid ay hindi maaaring maging pangunahing pinagmulan ng kanilang yaman. Kung ang pahayag ng pangalawang Pangulo, Madam Chair, ay ang bawat sentimo ng kanilang yaman ay nagmula sa mga lehitimong pinanggagalingan at may sapat na dokumentasyon, mas lalong magiging mahalaga na makita at masuri natin ang mga dokumentong ito. Hindi po ito usapin ng pagdududa lamang. Ito po ay usapin ng pagtitiyak. Sapagkat ang katotohanan, Madam Chair, kapag may sabat na batayan, ay dapat hindi kinakatakutan, ito ay nilalahad. Nabanggit ko po sa nakaraang pagdinig, alam natin kung magkano ang kinikita ng isang pangalawang Pangulo. The Vice President's salary is a matter of public record. Nakita rin natin na ang mga negosyong nakasaad sa SALN ng ating pangalawang Pangulo ay palugi at hindi kumikita. Kaya hindi maaaring maging sapat na pinanggagalingan ng mga malalaking yaman. At bagamat walang dineklarang cash deposits, nito nakaraang pagdinig kinumpirma ng AMLAC ang 18 suspicious transaction mula sa kabuuang 6.7 billion covered transactions. Ito ay malinaw na pagpapakita na may mga bahagi pa ng kwento na kailangan pang punuan. Kaya Madam Chair, mahalaga na maihambing natin ang lahat ng ito, yung SALN, ang mga na-flag na transaksyon, at higit sa lahat sa mga income tax returns sa isinumite ng Bureau of Internal Revenue. Doon lang natin makikita kung magkakatugma ang kita, ang ari-arian at ang galaw ng salipi. Doon natin masusukat ang sinasabing lehitimong pinanggagalingan ay may konkretong patunay. Madam Chair, hindi po natin ito masasagot sa mga paliwanag lamang. Hindi po ito matatapos sa mga pahayag. Ang katotohanan ay nasa mga dokumento at ang tanging paraan para maabot ito ay ang pagbubukas, pagsusuri at paghahambing ng mga ito. Sa huli, Madam Chair, kailangan nating buksan ang mga dokumentong ito hindi para maghanap ng mali, kundi para maghanap ng katotohanan. Hindi para manghusga, kundi upang makapagbigay linaw, lalong-lalo na po sa mga miyembro ng komiting ito. Hindi para magdulot ng ingay, kundi para maibalik ang tiwala sa prosesong ating ginagawa. At kung ang lahat ay tunay na ayon sa batas, ang pagbubukas ng mga dokumento ang siyang pinakamalinaw at pinakamalakas na panunay nito. Kaya kung walang itinatago, Madam Chair, dapat walang ikikinakatakot. Kaya po sinususugan ng kinatawang ito ang panukala ng kagalang-galang Leila de Lima na buksan ang mga dokumento at hayaang magsalita ang katotohanan. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you, Honorable Asidre. At this point in time, we recognize the Honorable Congressman Tino from the ACT Teachers Party List.
Maraming salamat, Madam Chair. Consistent po dun sa naging unang botohan natin sa nakaraang hearing ay ang posisyon po natin ay dapat buksan na ang box na yan. Kahon, yan po ang ating posisyon. At bukod sa mga nabanggit na po, no, na hindi lang ordinaryong hearing ang ginagawa ng committee ito, ngunit ginagampanan ang mandato ng konstitusyon na impeachment proceeding. No, pinakamataas na proseso ng accountability para sa mga pinakamataas na opisyal. Pero bukod pa ron, malinaw din sa nakaraang hearing na yung BIR mismo sa pahayag ng kanilang commissioner ay nagsabi na ayon sa kanilang pag-intindi ng sariling batas na gumagabay sa BIR ay tingin nila pwede na ibigay ang mga ni-request na tax documents at pwedeng buksan ng komite, however, kailangan daw in executive session. No? So sila mismo, kaya nga nila binigay dito dahil tingin ng BIR ay pinahihintulutan ito ng batas. Ang huling punto, dahil marami na pong argumento na sinabi rito, ang huling punto na nais kong idiin, tignan muli natin ang National Internal Revenue Code, Section 71, Disposition of Income Tax Returns, Publication of Lists of Taxpayers and Filers. Nakasaad po rito, after the assessment shall have been made as provided in this title, the returns together with any corrections thereof, which may have been made by the Commissioner, shall be filed in the office of the Commissioner and shall constitute public records and be open to inspection as such upon the orders of the President of the Philippines under rules and regulations to be presented by the Secretary of Finance upon recommendation of the Commissioner. Ang gusto ko lang po i-emphasize dito ay yung sinasabi ng provision ng batas na income tax returns shall constitute public records and be open to inspection. So public records po yan. Yan po ang malinaw na mandato at intensyon ng batas. Hindi po ito sikreto. In fact, parang SALM ng mga public officials ay pwedeng inspeksyonin. Gayon din po ang para sa SALM at hindi lang po para sa mga opisyal kundi para sa lahat. So sa tingin po natin, dapat hindi malaking issue. No, lalo pa sa isang impeachment proceeding na buksan at suriin ang nilalaman ng kahon na yan. Maraming salamat, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Tino. Next to manifest is the Honorable Congressman Eming Pascual from the 4th District of Nueva Ecija.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Tayong lahat sa committee ito, hindi lang dito, buong Pilipinas, lahat tayo ang gusto lumabas ang katotohanan. But we must also be mindful of our role. Hindi po ito trial. This is not Senate. Our role is limited. Just to determine the probable cause. Kung mayroon tayong sapat na ebidensya na ma-establish sa committee ito, hindi natin kailangan ng iba pang ebidensya. Hindi tayo magsasabi kung guilty o hindi ang Vice President. Pag mayroon tayong naipon na matitibay na ebidensya, testimonya ng mga tao, public records, dali natin sa Senado. Totoo ang sinabi ni Madam Chair, Jinky Luistro. Ang kahon ang magbibigay ng linaw sa lahat. Subalit, sumasang-ayon ako kay Congressman Benny Abante na sa takdang panahon sa Senado, doon natin ito buksan. Opening the box now may blur the line between our function and that of the Senate. Dapat hayaan natin sa Senado buksan ang kahon. That's all, Madam Chair. Salamat.
I just want to place on record that the position of the endorsers are divided. While the endorser of the Sabalia et al. Complaint is moving to open the BIR box, the endorser of the Cabrera complaint is moving it's not still a motion, but your position is not to open the BIR box. I think this is one question before this committee. We're hearing your manifestations really. I can say that the committee is totally divided. Nonetheless, let's continue to hear the position of the other justice members.
Madam Chair, may I be recognized?
There is a list, Honorable Jokno. I will be calling you after the Honorable Degamo. Thank you.
Madam Chair.
May I be included in the list, ma'am? Ma'am, here. Here, ma'am. Here. May I be included in the list?
Honorable Fortes, I will be listing you down after Congressman Jokno.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you.
Madam Chair, I have,
There's a list. It's not yet your turn, with all due respect.
sorry po.
Yes. The list is very sacred. I will be listing down Kong Elago. Kong Matibag is already listed. After Kong Eming Pascual, we now recognize the Honorable Congresswoman Ann Matibag from the 1st District of Laguna.
Thank you, Madam Chair. While I understand understand the sentiments of our dear colleagues, Madam Chair, I just want to stress that there is a rule or may exceptions, pero this is not unlimited. So we stick with the rules under the NIRC. Pwede lamang po natin buksan ang mga dokumento kapag tayo ay nasa executive session at gumagawa ng batas. At we are not in the proceeding or in the inquiry in aid of legislation. We have to also protect our members in the House of Representatives, also our government officials from the BIR. Nagkaso na po sa AMLA report, so wag na po natin idagdag ang mga kaso at protektahan natin ng ating batas at ang ating mga kasamahan. Wag na po sana natin ipilit buksan ang mahiwagang box na ito, Madam Chair. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Matibag. Now we recognize the Honorable Deputy Speaker J.J. Suarez from the 2nd District of Quezon.
Thank you very much, Madam Chair. Madam Chair, in the last hearing, ako po yung nag-move para i-table muna ang pagbubukas nitong mahiwagang green box na ito. Lahat naman po tayo gusto po natin malaman kung ano po ang nilalaman at kung ang nilalaman po ba nito ay makakatulong sa atin para makarating sa isang tamang desisyon pagdating sa pagdedetermine ng probable cause. Napakinggan ko po ang posisyon ng maraming mga legal luminaries natin na kasama natin ngayon dito sa ating hearing. At sa palagay ko po, legally, may sapat na po tayong dahilan para buksan yan at malaman. Ngunit maging practical din po dapat tayo. Sa simula po ng justice hearing, nakailang kaso na po ang sinampa ng kampo ni Vice Presidente sa Supreme Court, sa Quezon RTC, para lang pigilan po ang proseso ng pag-usad ng impeachment complaint. Ang masakit po dito ay ilan sa ating mga kasamahan tulad ni Congressman Percy, but meron siyang mga batchmates na binanggit pa kanina ay nakasuhan pa nung isang araw. So I would rather heed the call of the chairwoman who has always decided to proceed with caution. Because for all we know, opening this box, although we do believe has enough legal basis, might trigger another petition in the court to again stop the proceedings. So sa akin pong palagay at pananaw, Madam Chair, ang posisyon ko po, pag tayo po ay magbobotahan, sa Senado na lang po natin buksan tong mahiwagang green box na to. Tapos doon na lang po magkaalaman. Ang mahalaga para sa ating lahat ay may pagpatuloy po natin ang proseso ng na malaman natin kung meron pong sapat na batayan ang impeachment complaint laban sa Vice Presidente. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you, D.S. Suarez. Next is the Honorable Janice Degamo from Negros Oriental 3rd District.
Thank you, Madam Chair. It has been said by so many already regarding the whether or not to open the box. But hearing DSJJ Suarez said, we have to proceed with caution. And I would like to reiterate na truly, if we are to proceed with caution, we have to remember the limitations of our procedure today. First, the procedure we are doing today is not in aid of legislation. It is an impeachment procedure. Second, it has to be in an executive session, which is also not happening. And thus, since I am not a lawyer, I would like to stick to what is being said and let the next stage proceed. Sa Senate na lang po siguro talaga. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you. Next is the Honorable Congressman Lord Ansuan from Cagayan de Oro 1st District.
Madam Chair, I would have to ask what is the direct connection between the ITRs of the Vice President and Attorney Manscarpio and the articles of impeachment? Because the articles charge confidential funds, irregularities, threats, SALN violations, destabilization, and none of these are proven or disproven by a personal income tax return. The ITR adds marginal evidentiary value at most. Actually, hindi po ako tutol sa transparency. Tutol po ako sa pag-bypass ng protection ng batas na nakalatag mismo doon. Kung gusto natin tingnan ang ITR, may paraan po. Executive session, Section 71, which requires the permission of the President himself, may mga safeguards. Hindi natin sisirain ang batas para patunayan ang isa pang batas. And of course, there's a basic rule of statutory construction, Madam Chair. Express enumeration excludes the unmentioned. And the exceptions do not mention impeachment at all. So the statute, when it was amended in 2010, had every opportunity to insert, quote unquote, or upon order of either the House of Congress or either House of Congress in aid of legislation or upon order of the House Committee on Justice in impeachment proceedings. Hindi nilagay eh. So I believe the omission is deliberate and exclusive. Madam Chair, if there are still uncertainties as to the legal basis and necessity of opening this box, then I think it would be imprudent for us to open it at this stage. These are protected by law, and any disclosure must be clearly and unquestionably authorized, not based on assumptions or discretion.
So you are joining the position of Honorable De Lima?
No, I am against
You are
the
not
position.
to open.
Yes,
Okay.
Madam Chair.
Next is the Honorable Chel Jokno from the Akbayan Party List.
Thank you, Madam Chair. First of all, to be clear, ako'y naniniwala na may kapangyarihan ng Committee on Justice na buksan yung kahon na yan. But to me, the crucial question is, kailangan ba natin buksan? The question is in relation to the determination of probable cause. And if we are talking about probable cause, para sa akin ay nandyan na ang ebidensya. Sapat na yan para makapag-determina na tayo kahit hindi natin bubuksan yung kahon na yan. Meron pong kasabihan sa batas sa ex abundante cautela, with extreme caution. And out of the abundance of caution, I believe that it would be more prudent for us to leave this to the Senate to decide whether to open the box or not. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Kong Chel, you're not joining the position of Kong Laila.
For once, I think
For
we
once.
have some disagreement.
That is for the record, for once. For the first time, split decision. Now let us proceed to recognize the Honorable Sara Ilago.
Maraming salamat, Madam Chair. This representation from Gabriela Women's Party also joined the position of the Honorable De Lima and our colleagues from the Committee on Justice who are in favor of opening the box. nasa kapangyarihan ng Committee on Justice na buksan ang box na ito at kung kakailanganin na tayo ay magkaroon ng executive session, bakit hindi natin gawin? Kung ito ay makakatulong sa House Committee on Justice nang sumusunod sa ating sariling rules of proceedings sa paghahawak at sa pag-initiate at pagsisimula ng mga impeachment complaints. Sang-ayon sa ating rules at habang naka-executive session at kung makakatulong sa ating determination ng probable cause, dapat gawin natin ito. Hindi biro ang ating kinakaharap, nasa pangalawang pinakamataas na posisyon ng pamahalaan ang may nakahain na impeachment complaint, kaya't napakahalaga na mabusisi natin ang bawat dokumento na may kinalaman doon sa ating responsibilidad na ma-determine kung sapat ba ang probable cause para ang impeachment proceeding na ito ay magtuloy-tuloy. Para sa interest ng transparency, para sa interest ng accountability, Madam Chair, kinakailangan ho natin buksan ang box na ito. Hindi po dapat tayo magpatinag, hindi po dapat tayo umatras at kinakailangan natin gamitin ang kapangyarihan ng Committee on Justice sang-ayon sa konstitusyon na magpatuloy sa impeachment proceeding na ito at gawin ang lahat para matiyak na malinaw ang batayan sa pagpapatuloy ng impeachment proceeding na ito. Maraming salamat, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Any other justice members who wish to manifest on the Honorable SDML, Lawrence Defensor?
Madam Chair, I requested to be listed.
Sorry, with the indulgence of Honorable Defensor, let us acknowledge, recognize the Honorable Wowo Fortes. Pasensya na po.
And no problem, Madam Chair. Madam Chair, we are currently at the stage of the determination of probable cause. And in doing so, we have accepted the fact that we are not a trial court and therefore restricted by certain rules. Even testimonies and affidavits of direct witnesses cannot be examined beyond the corners of your affidavit, meaning no probing questions are allowed during this stage of the proceedings. And with that restrictions, I would understand that the NIRC Section 20, Paragraph A is very clear on the restrictions on the opening of the box. And the exercise of restraint, I would suggest that we limit our proceedings within the four corners of the provisions of Section 20, Paragraph A of the NIRC. Furthermore, my seatmate here, Congressman Abante, has a very persuasive argument that has legal and biblical basis. The legal basis I fully understand being a lawyer, and the biblical basis I further fully understand as I have studied for the priesthood sometime in the past. With that, Madam Chair, thank you very much.
Maraming salamat po, Honorable Wowo Fortes. Now we proceed to the Honorable Lawrence Defensor, our Senior Deputy Majority Leader.
Salamat pong muli, Madam Chair. 6 na beses ko pong narinig ang word na cautious o pag-iingat. At sang-ayon po akong dapat mag-ingat tayo at maging cautious tayo. Dapat po maging cautious at mag-ingat tayo na dapat hindi mangyari na ang simpleng batas o ang simpleng statute tulad ng tax code or the National Internal Revenue Code ay payagan nating mag-undermine ng ating saligang batas o pinakamataas na batas sa buong bansa. A simple statute should never undermine the highest law of the land kasi magiging masamang precedent ito sa mga susunod na impeachment proceedings na kahit wala na tayo dito, ay i-invoke itong precedent na ito na pwedeng harangin pala ng simpleng batas ang mandato ng konstitusyon na dapat mailabas. Gusto kong mailabas kung anuman ang nilalaman yan kasi baka may ebidensyang makapag-dismiss ng kaso laban sa Vice Presidente. The evidence inside that box could acquit the Vice President at hindi na siya maantala sa trabaho niya ngayon pa lang at hindi na tumagal ang impeachment na ito. Baka meron ding ebidensya na makagpapatatag pa ng ebidensya at makakakumbinsi pa sa miyembro ng mga komitibang ito para mas maging matatag ang kanilang pagboto. Public office is a public trust at naniniwala ako na in every move that we take, it should always be the Constitution and the spirit of the Constitution that should govern our proceedings in this committee. Maraming salamat po, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Klaro naman yung posisyon ni Kong Dilema as well as SDML Defensor.
Madam Chair.
As simple as the Constitution is paramount. And this is the power behind the accountability mechanism. The Honorable Ko.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Madam Chair, I join Representative De Lima in her motion na buksan ang kahon for the simple reason that Congress in its proceedings sa pagiging House Committee on Justice paghanap ng probable cause in impeachment proceedings, supreme ito. No, may supremacy siya over statutes such as the tax code which provide limitations kung paano ipoproseso yung information such as tax returns. That is applicable on specific circumstances as provided by law or even in ordinary circumstances. Pero the impeachment proceedings are not mere ordinary circumstances na maaaring mas ipantay or even pababain, no, sa level ng statute, no. Ang fear ko po, Madam Chair, and that's why I'm also raising this manifestation, lahat po ng ginagawa natin dito will set a precedent in the future. Should there be similar impeachment proceedings kung saan tatanungin ano yung extent ng kayang gawin ng House Committee on Justice, they might look on April 29, 2026 at ang desisyon ng House Committee on Justice na mas limitahan ang kanyang kakayahang mag-imbestiga, no, ng naaayon doon sa pag-establish ng probable cause ng impeachable official. They might look at this and say, dito, out of caution na hindi makasuhan, etc., they decided conservatively. And if continuously in history we will decide conservatively, mas lilimitahan yung kapangyarihan ng hindi lang po ng House Committee on Justice, pero ang pagtingin ko and ang pag-appreciate ko din, this branch of power, the legislature. So this manifestation is in support, no, of the balance of powers na dapat na i-exercise ng legislature na naaayon sa konstitusyon, na hindi po dapat natin itinatali yung ating mga kamay para hindi magawa yung dapat naman pong nakalagay sa highest law of the land kaya nating gawin. That is all, Madam Chair.
The last justice member to manifest on this is Congressman Terry Ridon from Bicol Saro Party List.
Magandang umaga, Madam Chair. Tingin ko lahat naman po tayo ay gusto buksan, no? Yung pong box na ito. Una, dahil nakabatay po ito sa constitutional power natin po bilang impeachment proceeding to subpoena documents like BIR documents. Pero ang kailangan ho natin nga pagpasyahan ngayon, sapat na po ba ang mga ebidensyang inilatag ngayong araw po na ito para magkaroon ng finding of probable cause on unexplained wealth? Tingin ko even without opening the box, sapat-sapat na po, sobra-sobra pa nga yung pong nailatag na ebidensya nung nakaraang linggo. Balikan po natin ulit ito. Ang laman po ng AMLAC report, which was never denied by the Carpio complaint. 6.77 billion in total transactions, 4.4 billion in inflows. Pumasok na pera sa mga bangko ng mag-asawang Duterte Carpio, 1.5 billion in outflows na hindi ho natin makita sa SALN ng pangalawang Pangulo. 2.8 billion in net inflows na dapat ay nananatili sa kanilang mga bangko pero hindi nakalahad sa SALN ng pangalawang Pangulo. Pasukin po natin yung SALN mismo kung bakit po ito sapat-sapat na ebidensya. Ang nakalagay sa SALN for 2024, 88.5 million pesos lamang po. On those two pieces of evidence and reports pa lamang po, mga kaibigan, sapat-sapat na, sobra-sobra pa ho. Ito pong finding of probable cause. This particular section of the impeachment proceeding will go straight to the Senate. Sigurado po tayo dyan. At I'm quite certain that this box will be opened at the level of trial. So, Madam Chair, tingin ko kung wala naman na po nga kailangan pa hong pag-usapan, magandang pagbotohan na po natin ito pong bagay na ito. Maraming salamat po.
Our parliamentary status, the Honorable De Lima already moved to open the BIR box. And
Madam
then we
Chair.
heard the different positions of the justice members. And we continue to hear because I could see members still raising their hand.
Madam Chair.
Can we call Honorable Marcoleta first? Honorable Marcoleta is a non-member of Justice Committee, but of course, we recognize her opportunity to manifest her position as well.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Thank you for highlighting my being a non-member of this committee. But
I
nonetheless,
highlighted also that
I have
you
every
have
right
the
to speak.
privilege to manifest your position.
Thank you po.
Because that is according to our rules, Honorable Marcoleta.
Including the highlighting of being a non-member. Kasama po yun.
The rule that non-members cannot raise a motion and cannot vote, but they
Opo.
can manifest. And that is observed in all committees in the House of
Madam Chair, I did not say
Representatives.
that I'm about to make a motion. Wala naman po akong sinabi. Anyway, ma'am, magandang hapon po sa
Madam Chair,
sa
Madam
committee
Chair.
na ito.
Madam Chair,
Is that a point of order?
yes, not really the point of order. I just would like to find out if he is a she or a he because you have been mentioning her.
Point of order, Madam Chair. Let's allow Congressman Marcoleta to proceed.
All right. Honorable Marcoleta is recognized. You may proceed.
Madam Chair,
Gusto
I
ko
just would
bang-
like to make it clear.
He is he. He is he. I
point of
stand
order is
corrected.
not in order, Madam Chair, because I just want to make, because you said twice her.
All right.
So I
I'm
would like to
addressing
find out
him.
if she is a she or a he.
Madam
Is
Chair,
he?
make a ruling and allow Congressman Marcoleta to proceed.
As a response to
proceed,
the Honorable Abante, we are addressing now Honorable Marcoleta as he, him, his, and the chair therefore stands corrected. You may proceed, Honorable Marcoleta.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you for that clarification, Bishop Benny Abante. Ewan ko kung is that germane to this hearing. Anyway, magandang araw po, ginang Madam Chair at sa mga kapita-pitagang miyembro ng committee na ito. Marahil ay inaasahan nyo na ako po ay magbibigay ng manifestasyon para tutulan ang pagbubukas ng box na yan mula sa BIR. Ang katunayan po, ako po ay hindi tututol. You may go ahead and open it all you want. Sabi nga ni Madam Chair, hawak niya ang beat. Sino ba naman ako para pigilan ito? Sabi nga ng kanta, huwag mong bibitawan. Huwag niyo na bitawan yung box. So I dare the committee to open the box, but with a caveat. Siguraduhin niyo po na hindi kayo nakalalabag sa batas. At sinabi rin po ni Popoy sa pelikula, I deserve an explanation. I deserve an acceptable reason. Siguraduhin niyo po na kung bubuksan niyo yan, mayroon po kayong acceptable reason na naayon sa batas. At ako po ay kaisa niyo rin sa komite na ito sa paghahanap ng katotohanan. Pero sa ating paghahanap at pagsasiliksik ng katotohanan, siguraduhin po natin na tayo po ay hindi nakalalabag sa ating mga batas. Maraming salamat po, Madam Chair.
Again, that is a manifestation and therefore it does not deserve or require any answer. Let us proceed. If there are no other members who wish to, the Honorable Sendanya is recognized.
Thank you very much, Madam Chair. Ang haba na po ng kwentuhan natin kay Basha at saka kay Popoy. No? Nagkaroon na nga po ng sequel ang One More Chance. No? Second chance. Ayan. Pero inuulit ko po, this is a second chance to hold the Vice President accountable for abuse of power at dun po sa pagnanakaw sa kaban ng bayan. At yung second chance po na ito, 2 years in the making. That's why we appeal to the wisdom of this committee to ensure that we hold her accountable. Sabi nga po ng mga kaibigan ko, eyes on the ball. And the ball is ensuring that we get this to the Senate and the Vice President is convicted. And I hope that would guide the committee in making this all-important decision. Thank you very much, Madam Chair.
Having heard all the manifestations of the justice members, we are temporarily suspending our hearing.
Kailangan may mag-second.
Hearing is resumed. Our parliamentary status, there is a pending motion to open the BIR box. I hope the justice members are all guided by the worthy and strong arguments of those who are in favor of opening and those who are not in favor of opening. But in summary, of course, we do not dispute the position of the Honorable Laila De Lima that the Constitution is paramount, that accountability mechanism must be protected and preserved, that the impeachment proceeding should be greater than any other proceeding. However, I wish to remind the justice members that since day one of our proceeding, we have taken the conservative route. We have taken the safer and the cautious road. It is because we are likewise aware that we owe it to the Filipino people to be able to proceed with this impeachment proceeding, and if probable cause will be determined, to reach the finish line. With that having said, may I solicit the necessary...
Madam Chair, just a very quick interjection.
The Honorable Sandanya is recognized.
Pasensya na po kayo. Alam ko pong hinihintay ng taong bayan yung desisyon sa pagbubukas ng kahon. Pero may nabanggit po kasi kanina na popo at basya na line po si Representative Marcoleta. In-attribute po niya yung explanation, deserve an explanation kay Popoy. Hindi po siya kay Popoy. Linawin ko lang po. Ito po ay kay Papa P, kay Piolo Pascual sa pelikulang Starting Over Again. And I hope that as we decide on this matter, this will not lead us to starting over again. Thank you, Madam Chair.
All right, we are done with Popoy and Piolo. We are addressing a very important decision here. So with the indulgence of all the members, may I solicit the necessary second to the motion to open the box raised by the Honorable Congresswoman Laila De Lima.
I object.
Second the motion. Second.
The same has been seconded by the Honorable Antonio Tino. Do I hear an objection?
I object.
The objection has been registered by the Honorable Benny Abante, which means we shall proceed to divide the House. Please be ready to vote. Again, the motion is to open the BIR box. Those who are in favor of the motion, please raise your right hand. You may put down your hands. Those who are not in favor of the motion, please raise your right hand. You may put down your hands. Those who abstain, please raise your right hand. That concludes the voting. COMSEC, please submit the result of our vote. With 6 votes in the affirmative and 38 votes in the negative, with 0 abstention, The motion to open the box is hereby denied. So ruled. Let it be placed on the record that the committee will not open the box. The COMSEC is directed to continue preserving and taking care of the sealed box until the committee decides on the existence or non-existence of probable cause. So ruled.
Madam Chair,
The Honorable Lawrence Defensor.
Madam Chair, I move that the box, opened or unopened, constitute part of the official records of this committee since it was officially transmitted by the BIR and officially received by this committee, that it shall form part of the official records that will be transmitted to plenary and to the Senate if necessary.
Second, Madam
Second,
Chair.
Madam Chair.
There is a motion to keep the box open or unopened as part of the official records of this proceeding. The same has been seconded. Is there any objection? Hearing none, the motion is approved. Let the box form part, though the same is sealed, form part of the official records of this impeachment proceedings. That concludes our resolution on the matter laid on the table. We shall now proceed to the next item in our agenda.
Madam Chair. Madam
The
Chair.
Honorable Rog Gutierrez.
Madam Chair, just a short motion since we're done with the major motion. May I move, with all due respect to our colleague, Pastor Benny Abante, may we move to strike from the records any mention of the conversation regarding the pronouns used for our colleague, Mr. Marcoleta. I personally, this representation believes that that conversation is not germane to discussion.
The conversation is about?
Yung sa he, her,
right.
Madam Chair.
There is a motion to strike off from the record the manifestation or question of the Honorable Benny Abante about whether the chair is using her in reference to the Honorable Marcoleta. Is there a second?
Second.
The same has been seconded. Any objection? Hearing none, the motion is granted. Please strike off the record all manifestations concerning the use of the chair of her in making reference to the Honorable Marcoleta.
Madam Chair.
The Honorable Brian Poe.
Madam Chair, before we move forward, I just want to make a quick manifestation and an appeal to our colleagues na kung pwede, if we can refrain from using pop culture references in our manifestations and statements. This is a serious matter. This is the impeachment of the second highest official in our government. And I believe it should be treated with the same amount of respect and gravity. Kaya moving forward, I'd like to point that out. Second, Madam Chair, I just want to point out that your reference of our colleague Marcoleta about not being a member of the Committee on Justice was not a slight or to make light of his position as a congressman, but rather para alam din ng mga constituents ni Congressman Marcoleta na if he's unable to vote on the matters, that it is not his responsibility as he is not a member of the Committee on Justice. I just want to clarify para our colleague knows that this was meant in the utmost professional manner. Maraming salamat po.
All the manifestations of the Honorable Brian Poe are noted by this committee. Before we proceed to the next item, may we direct the committee secretary to call again the Vice President.
Thank you, Madam Chair. May the committee know if the respondents Vice President Sara Z. Duterte is present during today's hearing. The respondent Sara C. Duterte is not present in today's hearing, Madam Chair.
Let it be placed on the record that the committee secretary called for the second time in today's hearing the Vice President, and she continues to be absent from our today's proceeding. The intention of the same is to extend to her the continuing opportunity to present her evidence, including counter evidence as well as raising clarificatory questions through the justice members. That is for the record. Now we proceed to the next item in our agenda. This is with respect to the allegation of threat and the acts of destabilization as alleged. We have the NBI from Director Melvin Matibag, including their NBI agents, as resource persons with regards to this allegation. We declare the floor open for clarificatory questions of the justice members.
Madam Chair.
Madam Chair.
The Honorable
Madam
SDML
Chair.
Lawrence Defensor,
Madam Chair.
and then the Honorable Congressman Percy Sendanya, Congressman Chel Jokno.
Preliminary matter, Madam Chair.
With the indulgence of those who were recognized already, this is a preliminary matter. We recognize the Honorable Terry Ridon.
Before going into clarificatory questions to the NBI Director, just development from the previous proceedings on unexplained wealth. I think, Madam Chair, the defense panel of the Vice President has been explaining that in the SALN portions, that the cash in hand and cash in bank are lumped together in others. Maybe the committee can request a position paper from the Civil Service Commission on the matter. Kung tama po ba yung pong proseso ng paglikha ng SALN ng atin pong pangalang Pangulo at ano ho ba talagang standards na dapat pong nakalagay sa pagsulat po ng SALN ng mga opisyal po ng pamahalaan.
May we know from the Honorable Ridon if that is a motion or just a request for a position paper which the justice members can consider, notwithstanding the fact that we have concluded already on the clarificatory hearing concerning the unexplained wealth and non-disclosure in SALN?
Well, I think it is a request the committee can request to the CSC if they have a position paper on how SALNs should be made by public officials po.
If the justice members have no other inclinations with respect to the request of the Honorable Terry Ridon for the position paper of the Civil Service Commission, whether or not including the cash and bank deposits in the item other is allowed under the rules. If you have no other inclinations, then the committee is considering this request. A committee is therefore directed to send the necessary request to the Civil Service Commission. Now we proceed to the second item in our agenda. For clarificatory questions, we recognize first the Honorable Lawrence Defensor, and then Honorable Percy Sendanya, and then the Honorable Chel Jokno, and then the Honorable Vice Chair Brian Poe.
Madam Chair, may I also be listed?
The Honorable Laila De Lima is hereby listed.
Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Chairman. Maraming salamat. Madam Chair, may I direct clarificatory questions to NBI Agent John Mark Kalilong. Kaugnay po ito sa banta sa buhay ng pinakamataas na halal na opisyal ng ating bansa, kung saan seryoso at determinadong sinabi ng Vice President na may nakausap na siyang taong pumayag na at nakaabang ng patayin ang presidente, ang kanyang asawa, at ang Speaker of the House of Representatives. Itong mga aligasyon ay nakasaad sa Zabalia Complaint na sa paragraph 100 hanggang 106 at naroon din yan sa Cabrera Complaint na nakasaad sa paragraphs 64, 65 as well as paragraphs 83 to 90. Madam Chair, I believe there was a subpoena issued to Agent Mark Kalilong to appear before the committee at magdala po ng mga dokumento at video in relation sa investigasyon na isinagawa ng NBI. Madam Chair, may I proceed with my clarificatory questions?
You may proceed, Honorable Defensor.
Agent John Mark Kalilong, dala mo ba ang mga dokumento at mga video na ni-request nitong committee na ito sa subpoena na ipinadala sa'yo?
Opo, Your Honor, and it was also submitted last April 14, 2026.
Just for confirmation, Madam Chair, and for clarification, may I ask Agent John Mark Kalilong, ano ang mga dokumentong binigay mo at can I confirm kung meron bang affidavit of investigation at mga annexes nito ang pinadala mo sa Committee on Justice?
Yes, Your Honor. It contains affidavit of investigation, affidavit of authentication, and annexes, Your Honor.
Thank you. Base din sa Part 2, Paragraph 3 ng affidavit na yan, can I confirm na the NBI was ordered by the Department of Justice to conduct an investigation in the threat made by the Vice President against the life of the President?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ilan kayong nagsagawa nitong investigasyon?
4, Your Honor.
Tama din ba, for clarification, na ang NBI ay nagsagawa ng task force o isang special team para gawin itong investigasyon na ito?
Yes, Your Honor.
At can I also confirm na based sa Part 2, Paragraph 2 ng Affidavit of Investigation at Annex A ng Affidavit of Authentication, nag-issue ang Presidential Communication Office ng statement na ni-refer mismo ng Executive Secretary ang banta sa buhay ng Pangulo sa Presidential Security Command para magsagawa din sila ng sarili nilang aksyon at investigasyon.
Yes, Your Honor.
Pwede ba naming malaman kung nagsagawa nga sila, kung alam nyo at kung anong estado nitong investigasyon ng Presidential Security Command?
Based po sa PSC, nagsagawa po sila pero hindi po nila ma-disclose sa amin yung mga hakbang po na ginawa nila for the security of the President.
Madam Chairman, I reserve my right to ask further questions in the course of this hearing with regard to the threats made by the Vice President on the life of the President. Thank you, Madam Chairman.
We know the reservation of the Honorable Defensor. With that, we recognize the next Justice Member to raise clarificatory questions, the Honorable Percy Sendanya.
Thank you very much, Madam Chair. May we request our Secretary to please prepare the clip of the Vice President that was recorded here in the premises of the House that is the subject of this ground of the complaint. Can we play the video, please?
You are requesting for the video of the Vice President taken inside the premises of the House of Representatives. May we know the exact date of this video?
This video was the video during the early morning of 23 November 2024 when she called a press conference with members of the media through a Zoom call.
With that, we direct I believe that this was produced by the NBI as well? Honor Director Matibag?
Yes, Madam Chair.
Is this video being asked by the Honorable Sendanya to be played part of those submitted last April 14?
Yeah, it's part of the submission based on the subpoena issued by this honorable committee. And also, we able to authenticate those videos that we submitted to the
So this video has been authenticated already by the NBI. With that, we direct the COMSEC to the Secretariat to play the video of the Vice President taken inside the premises on November 23, 2024.
Ang ina ninyong lahat. Martin Romualdez, Lisa Marcos, Bongbong Marcos.
Madam Chair, can we begin the video again because the audio was not clear at the
Please
beginning.
replay and please max the volume.
Ang ina ninyong lahat. Martin Romualdez, Lisa Marcos, Bongbong Marcos. Huwag kang mag-alala, ma'am, sa security ko. Kasi may kinausap na ako na tao. Sinabi ko sa kanya, kapag pinatay ako, patayin mo si BBM, si Lisa Araneta, at si Martin Romualdez. No joke. No joke. Nagdilin na ako, ma'am. Pag namatay ako, sabi ko, huwag ka tumigil hanggang hindi mo mapatay sila. And then he said yes.
Honorable Sendanya?
Maraming salamat, Madam Chair. I'd like now to ask some questions to the NBI. Gusto ko po magtanong sa inyo tungkol po doon sa inyong affidavit of investigation. Particularly, I'm referring to page 28 ng inyong pong affidavit of investigation. Nabanggit po dyan kasi yung inciting to sedition. Baka pwede pong very quickly lang, in layman's terms, ano po ba ang elements ng crime na inciting to sedition?
NBI may answer.
Our legal officer during that time is Attorney Intel. She will address the question.
What is the name of the legal officer, Director Matibag?
Attorney Intel Malikad.
Attorney Intel. Attorney Intel, you are
Yentel,
recognized. What is that, Director?
Intel.
Attorney Yentel is recognized.
Attorney Yentel, Madam Chair, the question for the NBI which will be answered by Attorney Yentel is, mention po dun sa page 28 na ating affidavit, yung inciting to sedition. Para lang po matulungan din yung ating po mga kababayan na nanonood sa atin ngayon, ano po ba ang elements ng inciting to sedition?
Good afternoon, Madam Chair, to the members of the committee. As is stated in the affidavit of investigation prepared by the National Bureau of Investigation, the following are the elements of inciting to sedition.